Rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have the minutes of the May 9th meeting to approve. We have had a chance to take a look at the minutes. Anybody have any questions or anything? Is there a motion to approve the minutes as presented? So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Fiscal business, we have the fiscal officer's report.
And actually, while I'm talking, if you guys wouldn't mind sending that fund status report and then send it back this way so I can read it in the record. But the board has received all, okay, we'll go ahead and do this now, has received the appropriation and revenue status report as well as the fund status report for the month. Just to read in the record that currently we have $13,281,553.86 in our checking and investments accounts. As I alluded to 2 weeks ago at the meeting, and today the board received the tax budget for 2017 to look over. Would like to get that approved sometime in June. The thing that I would bring to your attention on the tax budget is something that Jack and I have been talking about quite extensively for the last 3 months, and that's the situation with our road and bridge department. Just to give you some history, in 1994, the county commissioners approved inside millage for the local townships, and we received 1.11 inside millage in 1994 for our roads. And at that point, we had 43.47 miles. Today, we're over 90 miles of road. Now, Scott, correct me, when we say 90 miles of road, that's one way, right?
Lane miles.
Lane, so that's 90 lane miles. Okay, Jack, you were right. Well, I knew it was 51% higher, but I didn't know if it was both ways or one way, so that's lane miles.
But the 43 was lane miles also?
Yes, so we're comparing apples and apples either way. So we're over 50% higher, and we're still bringing in the same amount of mills. Now, I will tell you that that is a growing millage. It's not one that reduces. So it has grown over the years, not to the level of which we've grown with our roads. I compared that with Deerfield Township, which started in '94 with 57 miles. They have almost 109 now, or a 40% increase. And Hamilton Township is another similar township, started with 41 miles. So they were a couple miles, 2.5 miles lower than us in '94, and they're up to 97 miles today. So they've had a 50% increase. And I was playing with the numbers. I talked to the engineer's office, I talked to the auditor's office, and I said, do they have a special levy or something to help them with their road improvements? And they don't. But then we got to looking around. They use general fund money because they have park levies. Both of these guys have park levies. So they don't use any general fund monies for parks.
Gotcha.
So while we're doing both, we're using general fund to help out with roads, but we're also using it for parks. And that's where we're running into some problems. And you'll see on the tax budget, I'm not allowed to show a negative balance. So it does balance out. But what the decision the board has to make, with, of course, and Jack and Scott, is how many projects. We can certainly stay under budget for anything you guys want to do, but it's going to limit the number of projects you're going to be able to do. And frankly, we're not doing that many right now. So it's going to be a reduction of what we're doing now. It's going to get down to the point, and hop in if I say something wrong. I mean, we have to do salt. We have to plow roads. We don't have to blacktop. We don't have to do curb cuts. We don't have to do the things that are going to end up costing, in my opinion, more money down the road if the roads deteriorate and that you have to start from scratch. So in my mind, there's two things you can do. It's like any other budget. You can spend less, or you can consider putting on like even a $500,000 levy would raise about $500,000. That would help with the with the road situation that we've got going.
Quick files.
Well, and I think part of the problem is, and this goes back to when Jack Burnett was running, I mean, Clearcreek Township always has had a great reputation of taking really good care of its roads, which is awesome, except for people have a very high expectation now. I mean, especially when it comes to removing snow. So it's not gonna be an easy decision for you three to make, for you four to make, but I think it's something that, we're gonna have to do something. Or, I mean, it's one of those services that I think township residents expect.
You're right.
I'll jump in since we did talk about this, and I took some time to put some projections down on paper, and then it would compel me to do it with other funds as well. But what I did it with Road and Bridge, and basically the assumption is revenue I projected to grow about the same amount, so it wasn't very aggressive, it was conservative. Expenses to follow the same basic track, which would include, pretty much we do the same thing. Salt's relatively the same cost every year, manpower. The differences have been how much we've done with the road project and then what equipment we've bought. So if you take 2015, and I added tobacco into 2015's expenses, we paid for it this year, but I put it in last year, and then projected that out. We continue to run about the same way we have, with replacing a piece of equipment of about $70,000 and doing about $270,000 of a road project. What I did in 2015 was allocated all road expenses out of Road and Bridge. And when I say Road and Bridge, there's 4 funds we pull from. There's the actual Road and Bridge fund, there's a gas tax, motor vehicle license tax, and the permissive tax. So all 4 of those we pull from at different times for different things. Everything remaining consistent, you stay on about the same path. And you're okay if you recognize, I think what Linda and I said was, you recognize you probably have to hit the general fund once in a while. If you got a bigger piece of equipment you have to replace, or if you just want to do a couple roads beyond that 250 mark. So that's kind of what you move forward understanding. I put general fund on paper, projected it out. It's pretty consistent and stays pretty solid. So I think what Linda's suggesting is if you want to pursue a little more aggressive in certain aspects, you're going to have to generate the funds from somewhere. It's either knowing you're going to hit the general fund or considering a levy. But things staying the way they are, there's no pressing need today.
And I would agree with that. And then Jack and I have already talked about this. You know, if you look at your fund status report when you get home, the permissive motor vehicle has about $250,000 in it. The gas has, I think, about it's got about 100,000, and then the NBL's got about a quarter. We're going to have to, before we used to take all salaries and stuff out, for the most part, out of Road and Bridge, we're going to have to start finagling. And we're by law allowed to use Road and Bridge the same way we use MVL and gas, so we're good there. But we're just going to have to, you may start seeing some changes in the appropriations so that we can do that.
And yeah, and that's probably something Dennis was on top of, and not something I'm as versed on. So that's part of what I need to do a better job of following the cash flow issues. And I did put some salary stuff on paper to look at how that plays out throughout the course of the year. So I think with everything the way it is, it's just a matter of manipulating what fund you hit early versus later so they have enough cash in them. But on paper, with using the appropriated dollars, there's enough funds there. It's just...
We just won't be able to do the $750,000 blacktopping projects that
Yeah,
we've done in
right,
the past.
right.
Well, and the issue is, over time, at $250,000 a year, we're going to get behind again on resurfacing projects. I think we're in pretty good shape now, but eventually we're going to get behind. And that's when we had to jump in and do a big project before and do different things. But that's always gonna occur, or you're gonna have something that's going to be, cost you $50,000 or $100,000 that you didn't expect. I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
Trust me, if we have a blizzard like we did in '78, I mean, that was.
And
that
salt prices
almost
tripled.
depleted-
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
depleted our funds in a month, and we were broke.
I think Jack's 100% right. I mean, we've got the funds in place right
Oh, yeah.
now,
We just
but
have to
I
watch
feel
it.
like with doing the tax budget the way it is, it's important to bring that to your attention, that of all the funds, that's the one that really is sticking out like a sore thumb to me.
Yeah, and putting the numbers on paper, you know, I was sensitive to that and how much was in each fund, and so that's, I think just paying close enough attention to that. Scott and I have talked about the road projects and upcoming and equipment needs. We've got the one large dump truck we're replacing this year. The expectation is we go after the other large one in 2018. He wants to leave at least a year service of the new one to make sure that the model and brand and everything. So we have that next big expense in 2018, which gives us some breathing room, you know, but then we don't really have many equipment expenses because everything has been updated in the last few years.
In fact, though,
So we should,
Tractor was,
so after 2018, we should be
good for a few years.
in better, and depending, you know, the revenue estimate's conservative.
Mhm.
It's probably gonna go up more than I put in this projection.
Staying conservative.
I don't know how expenses are gonna play out for 2016. I think we're gonna have a pretty decent year compared to historical numbers, but
Started off pretty good with less expense in winter.
and salt, yeah.
yeah, and salt, well, in 14, salt was double the cost. You know, what was it, 160 a ton, and it was 67 or 70 this year?
45.
Yeah, it's like 48 or 49. They're projecting it to be the same this year too.
So those little things, you know, just keeping an eye on it and tracking it, but, you know.
But as far as the rest of the tax budget, I don't think there's anything else that really jumped out. There's a couple of large purchases that I put in there that may or may not happen, so,
Okay.
okay?
That's great.
So, if you just will let me know when you want to put that on the agenda for approval, that'd be great.
Well, really, we've got, what's the next meeting date?
June 13th, we actually, this is where we flip 3 weeks, so we have this twice a year. So you have 3 weeks before your next meeting, so that's why I suggested if you think 3 weeks is enough to look at the tax budget, we get it approved in June 13th rather than the 27th.
I know that I won't be here June 13th.
Well, we can wait till the 27th.
But without me, I agree with you. I can so agree, but I'll look at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on a trip. Okay, so, you guys gonna do it on the 13th, or you wanna go?
If you're comfortable not being here, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
we can
great,
do that.
thank you.
That's fine, you don't need.
It's always nice to be the first one to get it in to the auditor's office.
Be done.
That's right, almost done.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we do have the current bills to pay. We have had a chance to take a look at those. Anybody have any questions? Or motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And under special activities, we have a probationary hire recommendation to hire Lauren Klaus as assistant physical officer starting on May 24th, 2016 at $22 per hour. So a motion to hire Lauren on a probationary basis.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Sorry. Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And we do have an oath of office to administer. And do I have a copy there?
I don't believe you do.
Yeah.
So we're over on the table.
Is it over there? Good.
That you memorized.
So I was gonna say, she has to memorize her.
Actually, I probably could.
If you would, please come. If you would, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Lauren Klaus,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
required as Assistant Fiscal Officer
required as Assistant Fiscal Officer
for Clearcreek Township, Warren County, State of Ohio,
for Clearcreek Township, Warren County, State of Ohio,
to which office I have been appointed
to which office I have been appointed,
according to the law and the best of my ability
according to law and the best of my ability,
during my continuance in office.
during my continuance in office.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Lauren.
Sorry. Are we not shaking?
I got the.
Oh,
You got it.
All right, all right. This, yeah, I can do that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right here, Linda needs to sign it, her, she needs to sign it, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be the last one.
Okay, anything else under special activities? Okay. Moving, anything under unfinished business, Jack?
No, sir?
New business, no particular information from the administration, draft resolution under police department, 4826, accepting the donation for sports march.
Glenda Sports donated $100 to our National Night Out. That's what she usually does every year. We're appreciative of that, and ask the board to accept that donation.
Is there a motion to accept this donation from sports march?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And anything else on the police station?
Probably saw some press over the weekend. A fellow impersonating a police officer was pulled evil over the township. We have a promise from his attorney that he will turn himself in tomorrow, so we hope that'll be resolved here shortly.
Good.
So, kind of,
Have about the little light that he put up on the
he
dash?
had a truck, fully decked out with lights, had written across the front windshield, hazmat firefighter. He was in a full police uniform with vest, markings of police, and had a thigh holster with a weapon on it. And pulled a couple motorcycles over. Washington Township's also looking at him after he did our event here. He was in Washington Township in a restaurant wearing the same outfit, trying to get people to buy him lunch because he was a policeman. And they're going to be looking to see if they can deal with him over having a weapon inside the liquor establishment once they found out he's not really a policeman. So we assigned some additional charges today because of some things he's done, so but we hope that he'll turn himself in tomorrow.
Is he, where does he live?
Well, that's been one of the problems. His family, I think, is from over in Harlan County. They've been real receptive to helping us out, I understand. So we weren't sure quite where he was laying his head. We did visit his employer today, which he did not show. And they fired him this morning, I believe, so.
That happens when your face is on the news.
Well,
For the wrong reason.
that was our hope, so.
Yeah.
Did he arrest himself though?
That's a good
He
question.
turned himself in.
Did he just hand, is he gonna hand himself the guns, or how'd that work?
I'll let him use mine.
I'm sure you will.
Nice guy.
Yeah, but that's because he's got germs all over his.
Exactly.
Makes it even better.
Well,
Hopefully it resolves itself. Hopefully it
yeah,
resolves itself.
absolutely.
It's
unbelievable.
scary stuff. Okay, nothing else under the police department. We have the fire district, and we have several step increase recommendations. And council, I suppose we have to do each one of these, don't we?
Sorry, Mr. Wade. I just enjoy being here.
Yeah, you don't have to type a lot.
That's true. How much an hour?
Yeah,
right.
It's a
Yeah.
start call.
Start to
stand, Mr. Mearsclaw.
We do have multiple step increases for the fire district, and they are, they're part of the contract.
Correct.
So we'll start right at the top, and I'll ask for motions for each one of these by name. For Kyle Lalich, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Matthew Lalich?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Levi Sargent? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Adam Stafford, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Barry Deaton, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Ross Moffett, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Michael Toothman, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Brian Likens, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And Matthew Walker, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. That wasn't so bad.
Okay, well-oiled machine.
We'll take one at a time.
There'll be a lot of cutting and pasting, so you guys are gonna need to pay attention to that one.
That's good. Hiring process recommendation, approving the hiring process for career firefighter paramedics. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, this is a recommendation to get a hiring process started to create an eligibility list. We are currently down several firefighters. One of the individuals we weren't able to hire in the last process, and we've since had 2 resignations, with the resignation of firefighter paramedic Brom and recently his song, and with the pending departure of Captain Lampman, which is going to create another opening or whatever. This is just a recommendation to initiate the hiring process to get a sequence together so that we can get a list of names, so that we're ready to hire if we need to do so when the time comes.
Okay. Is there a motion to direct the fire district to start the hiring process?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Kim, anything else from that?
Have a demotion recommendation from Lieutenant Sam Long. He's requesting to step back from the lieutenant back down to the rank of firefighter effective June 24th. We don't have any issue with that and would request that you approve his request.
I took that off your agenda for the time being.
Okay. But we can go ahead and approve that anyway, can't we, or do you?
I'm asking you to not do anything with that right now.
Okay.
Until it happens.
All right. We'll have to.
Okay.
Okay. When's he planning on, when's he want to do
Yeah, it's still like 30 days away.
that? Okay, fine, so
Right.
So,
yeah. Okay. All right, zoning department, we have a set a date for the zoning hearing.
Yeah, if I understand, you may not be here, I mean, I'm asking for, which is June the 13th, to do this request.
I think it's a solid no that he's not gonna be here.
Barcelona, Spain.
Oh, well, then, yes, by all means.
So he's not even gonna be in Virginia. He's gonna.
Just assume you're gonna be in Virginia, yeah.
But if it's all right for remaining trustees to have the public hearing that evening, it's a request on a lot of 5 points. It's been going through the zoning commission multiple times. They finally made a decision and it's passing it to you for your public hearing.
Is that right, that we set for the 13th? So a motion to set the public hearing date for June the 13th.
So moved.
Second.
Do we need to put time in there, or do it's just the time of the regular meeting?
It's 5:30.
5:30, okay. Just wanna make sure. Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay.
Thank you.
And then we have some nuisances.
Yeah, I don't have as many that you're gonna have to do in the future as the fire did, but we do have some. Half are new, half are repeat offenders, so I can go individually if you'd like. We do have photos and,
Does anybody have any particular questions of any of these, or based on?
Is 4471 the carry-out?
it's the hard, and it's actually across the street. It's the.
All the
hard
other
corner.
corner? Okay.
Oh, wait, my apologies. On 4471 on 48 is the carryout.
Okay.
We now have the Chris property across from the carryout in Red Line, which is almost a nuisance. Everywhere else is good. So
Yes, it is.
I was in the wrong corner, so.
No, that's fine.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll do these similarly as we did for the waivers. Is there a motion? Does anybody have any questions? We haven't had a chance to look at these. Any questions of any particular one of these resolutions? If not, I'll just go through it. Okay. So motion to approve resolution 4827.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And the motion to approve 4828?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And a motion to approve 4829?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And a motion to approve 4830?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Motion to approve 4831?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. A motion to approve 4832.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And lastly, but not least, 4833. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. 'Tis the season.
It is, yeah.
I think, don't complain about mine, I can't, it's too, actually, tonight I hope to start mowing. It's been a little wet back there. Quite right.
I think I'm ready to bail already, so.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
saw
ready.
2 people bailing on 48 on my way here.
Mine's ready.
Mine's ready.
For sure.
I hope this week, well, I'm not, it ain't gonna be dry enough this week.
No, it's not.
Anything else? Road Department, we have a recommendation to hire seasonal personnel. Benjamin Daly to start the 24th, and Levi Etheridge to start on the 31st.
Yes, sir, these are both new. We got the fingerprints back from Daly, he's good to go, and I don't know if you've received.
Oh,
Okay.
he's here. That's good. Is there a motion, are we still waiting on Etheridge?
Yeah, that's what I was
His,
asking.
his would be
Subject.
conditional on the prints coming back clean.
Okay. Well, is there a motion to hire Benjamin Daly as a seasonal employee?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay, at a rate of $9. Sorry. And Levi Etheridge is there a motion to hire him at the rate of $9 contingent on passing the background?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Great. Didn't we have a Levi a couple years ago?
Yeah, I think he's a gym teacher now.
Okay.
But wasn't this Levi?
Nope.
No.
No.
It's a different, yeah.
Levi Moody,
Moody,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it was Barney Skank's grandson. Barney Skank.
Oh, I know that. Oh.
Anything else?
Just to let you know, we did get the brush mower back today, so it'll be out soon. When they took it apart to go in and repair the clutch, they found out it was something to do with the transmission as well. So we'll get a new bill on that. Not sure what it is, they're putting it together now, so I don't have it yet.
So we don't typically swear in
Oh.
part-time guys. That's not neat.
Okay, just want to make sure. Well, he's here.
Yeah. Okay, anything, that's all from the road department, anybody have any questions for Scott? Anybody have any questions or comments? Any staff updates? Yes, sir.
I was just gonna, I had sent out a brief summary earlier. Christina, this is her end of her
Yes.
second week. It's been going very good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get her to citizen.
You know, trying to manage the drinking from the fire hose effect, so that doesn't happen too much, but she's jumped in and taken on whatever I've asked her to explore and do, and quick study. So far, she's had a very good attitude and been happy to come to work, so try and keep that
It's
up.
half the battle.
Yeah,
It is.
but no, it's went well, so
Good.
just keep managing that forward.
Apparently, we need to work with you on what you consider brief, but it was a nice update.
Okay, it didn't take me that long to type it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a brief. When you gotta scroll more than twice on your phone to read the email, it's not brief. But I was glad to get it. Thanks, Jack.
Very good.
Glad to delete it.
No, I think I saved that one under ad.
Anybody else have anything they need to bring? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay.